Okay, so this is Restricted Masters Heat 3. And you can see the open class ahead of us. And I'm second again, next to Ian. And again, I'm being a little bit too hesitant on the start there because he was way ahead of me. And then I'm thinking I need to protect this second place. And I did for a while, and then I lost the throttle. Sometimes when the Rotax gets a little bit low on revs, it just kind of cuts out. You've got to get off the power and back on again. So unfortunately David got through there, sadly. And now I'm down in third place. And Ian's been released again, so he's going to be off, and then see how long we can stay with him for. And this is the first time this weekend that David's been ahead of me, because he's been having some issues. But I'm thinking, I'm really nice and close behind him here. I have a chance to pass him. And look at that, get him through the first one. That's really good. And now that that light is gone, I felt a lot more confident to go through the second flat out apex. And now it's just me in second and Ian in first. Went over the curb there. That's not ideal. But just trying to stay as close as I can to Ian in front. Just hoping and praying that I can get a little bit closer. There we go. That was nice and tight through there. And I really felt, for some reason, I felt quite confident in this heat. I'd raised the tyre pressures a bit because the temperature was dropping. And we were running at 1280, as I said. So we had a little bit more straight line speed in this heat than the previous heats, I believe. And I really felt like it was helping me on the straight. And you can see Ian's getting away, but he's not getting away that quickly. And that was completely flat, that exit onto third straight. So just hoping, even sliding the rear out there on the second apex. And actually getting away from David a little bit this time, so that's really encouraging. There we go, that's really nice. Much better if I put the, I go all the way out to the curb. See, at this point I'm thinking, we can maybe stay with Ian here. Doing really well. Yeah, he's really not getting away that fast at this point. And as strange as this sounds, but I started noticing the red dots on the screen, which makes me think I should turn them off, because these red dots is just indicating to me that I was slightly slower on this lap in comparison to the previous lap, which is obvious because the previous lap was actually really good, I think. So yeah, I shouldn't have focused on that, but I started to get a little bit ratty at this point, and a bit clumsy. Even though Ian's not getting away that much, he's actually fairly close still within like a second and a half, I think. Oh, that was horrible because I slid out sideways. And then I'm noticing more red dots. I actually open up the vent on the radiator because my micron light had gone out. I didn't know the temperature of the engine, and when I see red lights, even though it's a different red light that comes up, I tend to get a little bit nervous about the engine getting overheating. So I'm like, okay, open up the vent and make sure that it's running okay. And now I'm seeing 5 red dots on the micron. I'm thinking, oh no, I'm going slower than I was. So little things run through your head and they kind of distract you a little bit. But you know, Ian's not getting away that much. He's probably pulled out another couple of tenths on me, but not that badly. And David's actually closing up a little bit on me as well. But I think we can feel proud that we are staying within striking distance of Ian, nearly. About 2 seconds behind him now, I think. Oh, that was very wide. Again, sliding it a lot. Yep, coming out close to that curb, getting it nice in, that's good. See, I think Ian's probably actually picked up his pace a little bit here because he is getting away a bit more. You can see he's just getting a little bit further out of that corner when we turn around when we turn the previous corner. And even David is getting a little bit closer behind me as well. Oh, and I'm starting to turn the not accelerate through that corner as much as I was. So, whoa, I'm getting very sideways. So, yep, David's getting a little bit closer. And I think this is where I started to get a little bit too ratty. And you can see David's right up behind me now. So, a couple of bad corners, and that's what happens. And because this is such a rhythmic circuit, if you get one corner wrong, it really disturbs the rhythm for the whole lap. And then here, I had a real problem. I don't know what happened, but I just slid a little bit too much and I lost the throttle and I had to get off the power and back on again, and David got past. But the good thing is I'm getting the slipstream straight away and got right up behind him. So even when he overtook me, he was still vulnerable to the next corner. So I managed to get past him again, over that curb again. And now we've just given a huge gap to Ian. So he must be a good 5 seconds ahead now, I'd say. And now I'm trying to get my head together going, come on, stop being silly and just drive properly. Oh, he really went for a lunge there, trying to get super close. And I think I might be safe now because there's not far to go. Is this the last lap or not? It is the last lap. So fortunately for me, and I put my arm out there to say thank you, just made it. So that's another second place. So that was really encouraging for me. And you can see here also, this is here myself and David having a bit of a conversation after the race, just talking about all the events of what was going on, and because he passed me and I passed him back, and I think that happened twice in that race. So that was really good that we actually finally got to have a bit of a battle, because the last couple of events he's been ahead of me, he's been winning them all. So this is my first chance to actually beat him properly on the circuit, so that was really good to have that.